Hello and everyone, this is CH in my Pathak and as I had told you earlier, आज हमारे साथ है पलक कपूर. She has scored huge numbers in her CA Foundation December 2023 attempt. 353 out of 400. Such a huge score she has, and now she is here to share her insights, her experience, as well as she is going to give you some valuable tips and additions जो आपके प्रिपरेशन को नेक्स्ट लेवल पे लेके जाएंगे. If you are already on the next level, it will give you a validation क्योंकि you are on the right path. So, hi Palak, and
Hi, sir.
heartiest congratulations to you. अभी तक शायद ये खुशी
Thank
चली
you.
भी गई होगी इतने मार्क्स की क्योंकि बहुत दिन हो गए रिजल्ट आके. But anyways, you are guiding like today for many of the CA foundation students जिनका आगे अटेम्प्ट है from the June, December and further ways. So let's start. This should not be the question at the starting as such क्योंकि बहुत दिन हो चुके हैं इस चीज को, शायद आपको अभी वो फील भी नहीं हो रहा होगा, बट फिर भी पूछ रहा हूँ कैसा लगा, कितना स्कोर कर रही
Was quite normal. Not too good, not too happy, neither too sad. Quite normal.
हो. ओके, तो ग्राउंडेड फील हुआ, ऐसा आप कह रहे हो. वॉज दिस अप टू योर एक्सपेक्टेशंस और कैसा रहा?
Everything was up to my expectations. I was little disappointed for law, but that's okay.
ओके. कुछ लोग बहुत डर जाएंगे सुन के, इतना स्कोर होने के बाद भी कोई बोल रहा है. Anyways, let's start with the first question I want to ask you, Palak, is that why and how did you decided to pursue the CA, this course, as your path?
I was quite interested in mathematics since fifth and sixth class, and CA was a perfect course because you don't really have a heck number of students fighting for a few seats. So it's like you just have to compete with yourself. It's about how much you can push your own limits. So that is why.
Okay, so you're basically saying आप इतना इस तरीके से push कर रहे हो कि merit based competition. So there is no seed based competition. That is the biggest ornament that this course has. लोग इसी
Yeah.
को देख के यहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट होते हैं क्योंकि merit matters the most. So Palak, the second question is, what do your parents do?
Both my parents are working, and I'm a single daughter.
ओके, तो मतलब ऐसा अकेला ही सब करना पड़ता होगा जब वो जाते हो.
It's actually quite a blessing. I don't have any siblings troubling me all the time.
ओके, तो सब आप ही बना लेते हो ब्रेकफास्ट से लेके जब वो नहीं होते घर पे, एवरीथिंग फॉर यू.
No, my mom makes lunch for me, lunch and dinner, obviously. Breakfast is something that I like doing by myself.
ओके, तो पलक, आपने कभी सुना कि सीए बहुत चैलेंजिंग है और इसमें पास परसेंटेज बहुत कम है, ऐसा कभी आपने सुना? एंड इफ सो किसी से सुना तो आपने क्या उनको रिप्लाई किया?
So every other person that I meet and I say that I'm doing CA, and every other person just tells me a story of somebody who is also doing CA and maybe who is cracked, who's stuck in the number of attempts. I don't think so. It really just doesn't bother me because I know that when you push your limits, when you work hard, then you're going to achieve it. Rather, it just pushes me to work harder because I don't want to be caught in the same loop, hopefully, and I pray for it.
ओके, क्योंकि बहुत लोगों को लोग आके ये ज्ञान दे देते कि भाई बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट है, कुछ 2% ऐसा रिजल्ट कुछ भी बताते हैं लोग, एंड स्टूडेंट्स कीप ऑन थिंकिंग ऑन दोज थिंग्स कि अच्छा इतना डिफिकल्ट है. फॉर दो स्टूडेंट जिनको लोग आके ये बताते हैं, आप क्या कहोगे? व्हाट शुड दे डू?
So it's like 2% है तो क्या हुआ? We can be in 2% if we work hard. I guess so. I have not seen all the I have not seen inter and final till now, so I can very easily say this. But I hope so.
ओके, यू बेसिकली मीन के अपने अंदर से अगर अपना स्ट्रेंथ है, इफ वी नो दैट वी कैन डू इट, देन दैट्स इट. कोई कुछ भी
Yes.
बोले, वी शुड सिंपली इग्नोर. तो मैंने भी यही करा था, आई हैड क्लोज्ड माय ईयर्स, अपने कान बंद रखने. कोई कुछ भी बोले, आसान बोले तो भी कान बंद रखने और डिफिकल्ट बोले तो भी कान बंद रखने. सेम हैपेंस आफ्टर द एग्जाम्स आल्सो
Absolutely.
कि दिस पेपर वाज डिफिकल्ट, दिस पेपर इज इजी. समथिंग हैपेंड ड्यूरिंग डिसम्बर एग्जाम्स, लॉ पेपर में ऐसा हुआ वैसा हुआ, ऐसे मैनिपुलेशन एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स पीपल वे सेइंग. तो स्टूडेंट्स कीप थिंकिंग कि अच्छा अगले अटेम्प्ट में भी ये हुआ तो. So that is how they feel. But I don't think that these things really matter when you are fully dedicated to your goal.
Yes, that's the thing because see, it's like if you prepared for, let's say, 70 plus or an exemption, but if you have prepared well, you'll at least pass. You may not be able to achieve your target, but you'll at least pass now if you're prepared. So that's how things goes.
Okay. So the next question that I have for you is, were you a topper throughout your school?
Yes, I was.
तो पहले से ही काफी इंटरेस्ट रहा होगा स्टडीज में, कैपेसिटी भी
मुझसे
बहुत
मेरे
पहले
को
थी.
मेरे को पढ़ना ही आता है, मेरे को उसके अलावा और कुछ नहीं आता.
अच्छा. तो यू आर दोज काइंड ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हु सिट्स ऑन द फर्स्ट बेंच, जिनको लास्ट बेंचर्स थी ना कुछ पता नहीं होता पीछे कौन है.
Nahi, I throughout my school journey, I have had friends who were backbenchers, and I myself have been a backbencher. And I have also had friends who were first benchers, and I have also been a front bencher. So it's like
मतलब ऐसा कह सकते हैं कि घर जाने के बाद फिर अपनी किताबें अपने दोस्त हैं, ऐसा कह सकते हैं.
uh, yes.
तो many students start preparing for the foundation exams from 11th standard itself. कुछ लोग 12th में ट्यूशंस लगा लेते हैं. They pay hefty fees there. Did you also started studying since 11th 12th for the C exams?
No. In 11th and 12th, I was very much focused on boards, and I started pursuing CA only after the boards were over.
Okay, so even after preparing after 12th, first time touching the course, you scored such a huge number. For all those who feel कि 11th से करना चाहिए 12th से करना चाहिए, कहीं ना कहीं they are, I would not say wrong path, but they are being misguided, ऐसा हम कह सकते हैं. बिकॉज उनको कहा जाता है कि 12th के बाद इतना एक साथ स्टडी करना इज डिफिकल्ट, एंड वी हैव समवन हियर जिससे सिर्फ रफली 40 मार्क्स कम है फ्रॉम टचिंग द 400. So only the bad thing here is, I told her also, the bad thing here is that there is no rank in CA Foundation. Else you would have seen her photo everywhere being a ranker, and ICI president would have called her. तो क्या आपने कोई कोचिंग करी थी? Did you join some coaching for your
No,
preparation?
I did it through YouTube only, no paid coaching for
Okay, so
foundation.
completely self-study based, completely independent. Okay, and okay, as you said, so this was the platform that helped you the most, YouTube.
Yes,
That was my next question. If you like you said self-study, so I was going to ask from where did you do that? So
YouTube.
comprehensive
YouTube.
material है available on YouTube. All everything is available.
Yes, yes, everything is available. I don't know for new course students might have to search a little bit, but for old course, it was completely available.
Okay. मतलब यार सीए कोर्स जो है इट इज स्ट्रक्चर्ड इन सच अ वे कि हमें अकेला बैठना पड़ता है घर पे. वी आर क्वाइट लोनली. We don't have any college. So did you also face this loneliness? And like, if yes, then how did you dealt with it?
So obviously, we don't really have any college, and sometimes it did used to get really lonely. But I guess what I generally do is I binge watch a series or something, maybe some sitcoms and all that will make me happy.
Okay. So like, what was your daily schedule then?
Uh, I I used to study from 11 a.m. till 2:30 or something. Then lunch and nap. Then again, I'll wake up at around 4:35 whenever I get time, and then from there till whenever I complete my daily targets. That's it. During the revisionary phase, I used to revise law at night rather, and the other things were same.
रात को लॉ करना मतलब तो बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट टास्क हो जाता है. मैं तो
नहीं.
अकेली रात को करता तो मेरे को तो इट वाज लाइक एन इनविटेशन टू स्लीप, डीप स्लीप, दैट 3 a.m. sleep.
No, actually, I would not agree with you over here because, see, I guess every person is different. You might be a morning person, I might be a night owl person. So, whenever you are the most awake, I guess that's what the time you should go for theory subject. There is not a particular time. So you have to decide for yourself when you are most awake, when you're most conscious. So for me, that time is during night time. I'm really awake, my brain is just working on its 100% capacity, and I thought that this would be the best time for me to go for a theory subject like law.
तो ये जो गूगल पे आता है टाइम प्लानर फॉर योर स्टडीज डू दिस ऑन दिस टाइम, तो दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क बेसिकली. इट इज अप टू अस कि हम कौन से स्लॉट में क्या पढ़ाई करें एंड लाइक दैट वे. ओके.
For some it might work too, it's just subjective from person to person.
Yes, everything is subjective here, but you are the guiding light for those who want to validate their paths, or maybe they are lost somewhere, and you will act as a like the one who will then lead them. At least your few points are going to help many, and I mean this is going to be a very interesting interview for those who are the first timers basically, who are having the exams for the first time and they are completely unknown to this dark एग्जाम. अभी आपको नहीं लग रहा होगा इतना डिफिकल्ट, लेकिन जब आप रहे होंगे इन दैट फेज तो आपको भी लगा होगा कि यार काफी अलग है. तो इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट ओनली मैं आपको पूछना चाहूंगा कि दिन में कितने घंटे पढ़ते थे आप? हाउ मेनी आवर्स डिड यू यूज टू स्टडी?
So during the time when I used to take lectures, it was around 6 to 7 hours. I guess that is enough for foundation. But the other times when it's during the revisionary phase, you have to see how many hours you can study. You can effectively study uh, so that your brain doesn't shut down and stop receiving the data. So it's up to you. But my hours was 8 to 9 hours during the revisionary phase.
बिग बिग टाइम है 8 to 9 आवर्स, इतना तो स्कूल
Eight
में ही नहीं
hours.
होता था.
Okay.
तो सैल्यूट टू योर कैपेसिटी पलक, एंड दैट इज द रिजल्ट कि इतना अच्छा स्कोर है. तो इसमें कभी ब्रेक लेते थे आप बीच में, या फिर लाइक नैप और समथिंग लाइक?
Yeah, like I love sleeping at daytime, so the day nap is absolutely essential for me. And sometimes I might take break watching YouTube or something.
तो आपने फॉर ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स, इफ आई टॉक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली, व्हाट व्हिच रिसोर्सेज यू यूज, लाइक मॉड्यूल या किसी का रेफरेंस बुक, व्हाट डिड यू यूज?
So for all the subjects, I refer to the ICI module along with it, solving the PYQs, MTPs, and all. For maths, I refer to a few books where the MTPs and PYQs are available line wise, like the questions are available chapter wise, so that I can solve it.
कैन यू नेम द बुक व्हिच हैज ऑल दिस कंपाइलेशन?
So there is this scanner which has PYQs from 2008 to 2019, and there is this other book by a teacher which has MTPs and PYQs combined from 2019 to 23. So you can go for whichever teacher you like. I refer to Pranav Popat's book, and that was it.
ओके.
But this was for maths only.
तो
For other
मैथ्स के लिए
subjects, just
ये ओके, मैथ्स के लिए काफी डर होता है सबके मन में. मैथ्स एंड लॉ लाइक दे हॉन्ट स्टूडेंट्स. तो ऐसी कौन सी क्रूशियल स्टेप आपको लगती है जो लेंगे अगर स्टूडेंट्स, तो इट इज गोइंग टू मेक देयर प्रिपरेशन फॉर मैथमेटिक्स एंड लॉ क्वाइट एफिशिएंट, क्वाइट इजी, एंड व्हिच like the step you also took when you were preparing?
So for maths, I would highly recommend making self notes of each and every formula that you can find in ICI module, as well as while you are solving the MTPs, PYQs, you might find multiple formulas over there. So also try to include them in your self notes. Maths formula book is absolutely essential. For law, I have not really made any notes, but I would just recommend that go through ICI module as many times as you can.
तो मतलब मॉड्यूल करेंगे तो दैट इज कंप्लीटली सफिशिएंट, वी डोंट नीड टू गो टू एनी रेफरेंस बुक. और कितनी बार रिवाइज करना चाहिए मॉड्यूल को? हाउ मेनी टाइम शुड बी रिवाइज?
So for practical subjects like accounts and maths, two to three times is enough. And but for theory subjects, eco and law, as many times as you do would be good. I revise law myself 7 to 8 times.
Oh
That's
my
how it
god,
was.
that's a huge number again. 7 to 8 times revision. So
It's
but
not
then
that difficult.
okay.
Like, once you have gone through the things, so then you just have to sit and recall in your memory what all things were there. So it gets easier by the number of revisions you do.
या मतलब आप लर्निंग कर्व के बारे में बात कर, लाइक फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन वी आर स्टडिंग द बुक तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा, देन इट विल गेट रिड्यूस्ड। तो
Yes.
लाइक आफ्टर द फोर्थ रिवीजन यू वुड बी जस्ट टर्निंग द पेजेस, आप तो सिर्फ पेजेस टर्न कर रहे होंगे, क्योंकि उतना तो मेमोरी रिकॉल कर ही लेता होगा कि अच्छा यहाँ पे ये लिखा होगा, या फिर
Yes,
हेडिंग पढ़ के अंदर का।
but sometimes you also have to, study deeply, because when we write in like when we do writing practice, so ICI expects us to write in the bookish language. So
ओके।
to keep that bookish language in mind, you might have to read it again and again.
ओके। मतलब most of the students they go into module, they keep on reading it, they completely neglect the question answer writing, all those practice things. व्हाट विल आपका क्या कहना है इस बारे में, लाइक क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, मैं तो हमेशा कहता रहता हूँ कि क्वेश्चन आंसर्स इज द की, बिकॉज प्रिपरेशन के साथ प्रैक्टिस भी उतनी जरूरी है। व्हाट यू थिंक, डिड यू लाइक आपने क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को कैसे डील किया?
So I would say I too have committed mistake in not doing enough writing practice for law. Writing practice for law is absolutely essential. It can actually increase your marks by a significant number. So doing writing practice for law is absolutely essential. And accounts is a practical subject, so you have to write and write and write. Everything
तो
would be
आपने
practiced by
मैथमेटिक्स,
writing only.
फॉर मैथमेटिक्स लॉ, फॉर these two subjects you were actually writing those answers, question answers in your book, or like कैसा कर रहे थे?
So for law, I didn't do much writing practice. All the writing practice that I did was in a test series that I purchased. So I gave all their tests. So most of my
ओके।
writing practice was done there. If I would have done more writing practice by myself, I could have actually increased the law score. But in maths, it's like once you're doing it for the first time, you might not know it, how to apply it quickly, how to apply the formulas quickly. But once you have done enough enough questions practice, then till the end you'll be able to get to know how to solve questions on calculator itself, because it's a long paper of 2 hours and you have to
Right.
complete 100 questions. So the quicker you would be, the more questions you would be able to attempt.
And then now you said you attempted a test series. So does test series and mock test of ICI plays a very important role? I mean,
I could not actually go for mock test of ICI. I took a test series from a private, there are various private players available. It's actually quite helpful, because since you have paid for it, now you will do writing practice. No matter how much procrastinate you try to do, you will do it.
so which one? Like the first question is chapter wise test series are good, yeah, full length test series should be done.
I guess full length test series would be better, since it prepares your mind for that 3 hour marathon. Not really
Okay.
marathon, I would call it a race, because you have to run fast from the very beginning. So the 3 hour full syllabus test would actually prepare you for that.
So in that case, Palak, you told me that you took test series. How many? Firstly, I want to ask you. Say, for example, my preparation is for right now is at 60%. Example. Attempting test series and mock test papers will take that preparation to what percentage?
To 80-85 percentage very easily.
The saying कि 20-25% से improvement हो जाती है if you attempt. And is it like by attempting only one mock or one test series or is like multiple बार
Multiples
बार?
would be better.
आपने कितना दिया था?
I gave 3 full syllabus for law and 1 half syllabus.
Okay, so roughly हम पकड़ सकते हैं कि 3.5 test series you had given for law. Okay, and same for mathematics, same for economics.
For maths, sir, actually, I used to solve a lot of questions. I
From
didn't used to
scanner.
set a timer for myself. I just took the scanner, I'll take one chapter and I'll start solving the questions. So the more number of questions I solved, the more quicker I got. My speed actually increased significantly.
Okay, Palak. There is a dilemma. There is something called कि copy paste questions आते हैं paper में. I have seen many teachers telling कि copy paste questions आते हैं. Is it true with all the four subjects or is it true with only one or two subjects? And if yes, then which are those subjects?
So in accounts and law, you might find copy paste questions, like similar questions. But in law, I guess that is not entirely true, because in my attempt, most of the questions were new. For
Okay.
law, you may still find, for economics, you may still find few MCQs which were similar to the previous attempt. But in maths, I don't think so. They repeat the questions so much. They just change the figures. The concept might be repeated, so conceptual clarity is must in maths. But for accounts and law and eco, we can say that certain number of questions we might get repeated, not surely. So you have to keep your preparation like 100%.
And did you had any tricks, tips for like any subject जो आपके self made थे? Or is it like कि नहीं raw ही पूरा raw ही पढ़ा था everything from the bare module only and no such and
Uh,
such tricks?
no, as such, to no tricks. You have to solve the module fully. There is no escape to that. Just stick to the ICI module, solve it fully, each and every question, even if it is tricky, you should know it.
And what if I'm not able to solve a question? I'm not able to solve an accounts question से मुझे नहीं समझ रहा है. तो उस केस में क्या करना चाहिए फिर मैंने?
Go to YouTube. You might find, see, if you go on YouTube, you'll see 5 teachers explaining the same question in different ways. Stick to any of the way you like. Okay, you might forget the question once you have practiced it first time, practice it again, second time, third time. By fourth time you will get to know what the question demands, how the answer needs to be presented, and that's it.
Okay. So you learned paper presentation, you learned the structure of the answers, the steps to be solved, all everything by just revising the module and questions again and again. That is what I can understand
Yes,
from
and
your experience.
yes, and one can also refer to the certified copies of toppers, just to see how you have to present the answers.
Okay. So I hope your copies are also available for
Yeah, I
sharing.
sent it to you.
Uh, this happens with many people, many students. They start feeling negative, start feeling low during their phase, during their preparation. Did you also face something like this?
Yeah, once, like, you can feel really negative sometimes. Sometimes you have FOMO and insecurity that your friends are enjoying at their college, but you're sitting here doing the work. But I guess that's how it is. You have chosen the path for yourself, so now you have to stick it. No other option.
So I mean, you're saying that you like you have to tell this to yourself only. Did spirituality help you somewhere here?
Yes, I remember listening to this podcast on Spotify that was the stories of Mahabharata, and it was actually quite amazing. It actually helped me a lot. That's it.
Yeah, God is always there to drive your car. He's always there to chair. He's the one only. के अलावा तो कुछ चलता भी नहीं. So was anything, any specific learning you want to share so that all those who also go through this phase can relate to and can rely on his words? Any specific?
So it's, I would just say, trust the process, trust Krishna as Arjun trusted Krishna. So you have to trust your process, and that's it. You'll achieve the results.
And what if I'm not able to trust it? Like impatience है बहुत अंदर. There is turbulence inside me. That case, I know you haven't been through it so much that you can
I
answer the
have,
question.
I have,
Acha, you
I
have.
have.
So
So it's like give some time to time. Time will heal everything. It is the biggest healer, the biggest teacher. It will heal everything. If there are bad days, there would be good days. Just give some time to time.
So did you watch any when you used to feel negative, you used to go and surf YouTube for motivational videos or nothing like
No, no
that?
motivational videos work for me.
That really does not help at all. It simply takes your time, makes you feel happy for a moment, and it goes away. So the best motivation is your internal motivation, self-created one. Okay, Palak. So that's it with my set of questions. Everybody knows about the content and all those things are available on YouTube. What matters is people like perception. And an interview with you was with the objective so that people should get a perception, students should get a perception that what is the general strata of those people who clear the exams and how to fit in those categories. Your score is exceptionally well, and those who are going to watch you, maybe they are targeting for 250, maybe they are targeting for 280, or maybe only 200. What was your target at that time?
So actually, I have this thing that I'll not really set a specific target, because that simply creates an immense amount of pressure on your brain. Okay, so just focus on the thing that you have to complete all your syllabus. You have to give your best. You have to cover each and every material that you can find, each and every question that you can get your hands on, and that's it.
Okay, Palak. So you, I got a complete idea of what you went through, how your preparation went. And obviously this is a very customized and subjective thing. हर एक को अपने हिसाब से plan करना पड़ता है entire journey. So any one line that you want to tell to all those who are watching, maybe lost, maybe first timers, maybe repeaters, one or two lines
So
from your end.
I watched this documentary on Netflix called 14 Peaks. If you ever get time, please do watch it. It's the story of Nirmal Purja who climbed all the 8,000 years. 14 There are 8,000 peak. There are 14 mountains which have a height of more than 8,000 meters. So he climbed all those in approx 6 months or something. So that the earlier world record was of some years, but he completed it in months. And he said this single line which has stick to me till now, and it will stick to me even after this. That was, giving up is not in the blood, sir. It's not in the blood. And that's it.
Okay, very nice. It's quite inspiring. Took time to process in my head. What was the series? What was the name of the?
14 Peaks. It's a documentary
Okay,
movie available on Netflix. I guess everybody should watch it and go searching about Nirmal Purja.
I know, I know. I have heard this name. I guess we had a lesson on thing during school times. I don't really remember. Okay, we should. I will surely watch it. So that's it, Palak. It was a very amazing time with you. Your insights are very valuable to all those who were actually finding something. This interview had one thing very different from those interviews that people generally take. This interview had nothing to do with how to study because everybody tells it their own ways. कि मैंने ऐसे पढ़ा मैंने. What matters is that how to make yourself available to the study, and that is what I wanted to take away from this interview, which I think you have delivered very well. That is keeping your spirits high, and as you said that you like from your talks I got to know कि inspiration या motivational real life वाली जो movie या फिर series थी, that actually helps to regain your lost self. So that's it. Again, a heartiest congratulations for your grand success. And in a year, in maybe just 3.5, 4 years, you will be a CA. This video will be available.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes, sure. And with the rank in internet final, and this video will be available throughout your journey. So you will be cherishing after 4 years. Oh, this is me. ये मैं थी. So that's
Hopefully.
it with this. I conclude this interview here for all of you guys. And it was a very nice experience. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being on board. Thank you so much for sharing your insight. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.